inch LCD screen and has the ability to get any data download from the sky using a regular dish like a Tata Sky or a dish TV kind of a dish antenna. And it has enough memory to store several tens of hours of proper audio-video material, and the ability to send playlists from the back end or manage playlists in the front end. And this is what we want to use for SHGs, for farmers, for advocacy, for insurance, etc. And we will run it, we will manage it, we will make sure that this is financed. And we are trying to also, in every third or fourth of our outlets, set up a small theater, something like a 24-person theater, which becomes a training hub for our own customer service point operators, self-help groups who need this training and retraining again and again for farmers, etc. We need people to use these resources to be able to spend some money and to allocate some budgets to be able to utilize this as a common resource. It will cost you far less to do this than it would cost you to do it on your own or to have an independent initiative going for this. We want to talk to people who would be interested in doing this at scale. Something like minimum start of 7,500 villages. We are ready to roll somewhere around mid-March with this initiative. So it's focused on advocacy, financial literacy, providing a proper audiovisual mechanism and medium. Since NABARD only supports banks, I don't see any prospect of getting any help from NABARD here, unless we bring the banking system. It doesn't work like that, sir. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say.
Mr. Massey.
I think first of all, good that we're meeting here, and I wish possibly this group also had some. We have you actually representing the sector which is reaching out, and NABARD, maybe MFIs which have gone through this bad patch during the last 6 months, and it will be important to see how Reserve Bank comes out with the policy. And the reason I'm raising this issue is organized finance and this whole idea of financial inclusion, which has been debated world over, and India is not is not the only country, is being done at a paradigm where economic inclusion has not been debated, but financial inclusion is getting debated more. And no financial inclusion would ever take place until economic inclusion has taken place. So we found one method of doing economic inclusion is by an REG program, where at least those whom we intended to reach, and intended to reach no one, whoever was reaching out those audience were intending to reach that this is the money given to them, it is good cause, it will all be appreciated by all, it's non-business like. And anything that you pursue which is non-business like can only reach thus far, and then possibly it slows down or does not impact, has a larger impact. So I think we saw tremendous move in the MFI in the last few years, barring those events that have happened, and it will be important for us to see. The reason I'm raising this issue is we know any economic activity that will be done will have, whether you call them events which we dislike to call them as scams, or you call them economic shocks, or you call them economic accidents. Those kind of events will take place. Do we have the resilience to filter out those and let the industry move on, as against clamping down every time we have a shock? And I think this nation has suffered more from clamping down with every shock rather than move forward. And this, I think, is the